All right, guys. Let's have a little meeting before we do the recording for the podcast. I just want to get your thoughts on WrestleMania weekend, WrestleMania 39. It was in LA. What are you guys' thoughts on all this?
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness, man! That Cody got screwed. I'm tired of it. Oh my God! Of course, they always throw Cubans and they screw them over. Of course.
Okay, guys.
Why?
Guys. Welcome to TFS Pod, always known Stuff You Show Podcast. It's 24/7 Lou, and that's
Ric-Hard saying, "Who asked the interns to be on this meeting?"
I know, right? I think get in here. And that's
the one-man band, and apparently WWE is not ready to have a Cuban as a champion.
Yes, folks. Welcome to
Hold it.
Yes, folks. Let me tell you something, folks. From the highest mountain to the lowest valley, and everywhere in between, we are the beast to the east, the best in the west. You are listening to TFS Pod, your girlfriend, your pets, your neighbors' favorite show, especially.
And we are also the number one listened to podcast by adult film stars, and we have a shout out today for the lovely Tanya Daniels.
I love it. You guys are so great.
Yep.
Yes, folks.
We're going to be changed though soon. I don't know what gives me that.
Yes, folks. We did take our little customary break after WrestleMania because the insanity of what goes on those shows and the recaps. Let's see what goes on. So yeah, we are doing this one a little bit later than normal to see how things settle out after WrestleMania.
That break was warranted. Okay, if you're gonna frustrate me, I need a week to cool off.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we're gonna do a recap of it and our takes on it and a little bit of little post stuff that happened after that we know now on Raw and SmackDown and stuff for people where they're going, what's going on, and all that kind of fun stuff. So before we get to that, the one man band, give us that line that everybody loves.
Ric-Hard, get the scoreboard.
Okay, folks, we got night 1 and night 2 in the books, which means, Lou, you did not get any points for WrestleMania weekend.
Boo!
But you are still in the lead at 7 points.
Yes!
Followed behind, having gotten a point at WrestleMania night 1, the woman band at 5 points.
Awesome!
Then we have main event Jeff at 3 points.
Ding, ding, ding.
Then me having gotten yet another point at the grandest show of them all, WrestleMania. I am tied now at 2 points with Smokey. And then, tied for last place, we have Jay Feud, Big Al, both of whom got points at WrestleMania Night 2, alongside the randomizer, and all three of them each have 1 point. And everybody else is at 0.
Remember,
That's the scoreboard. Back to you, Luke.
Remember, you don't participate, you get a 0. Right?
Yeah, basically.
All right, so okay. All right, guys. I know we have a lot to talk about in this one. Let's go with night 1, the kickoff of the show. Which was Cena versus Austin Theory. What you guys take on that one? Do you have anything to talk about that one, or we move on to the next one?
I thought the match delivered as was expected. I wasn't expecting anything major from Cena, honestly.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that there wasn't more from it. That was kind of strange to me.
Okay, like after the match and stuff, like taunting Cena or something like that.
it was more so just how quickly Austin Theory beat him without like that much of a Super Cena moment with he kicked out at 2 or stuff like that. We didn't really have any of that. It was just Austin Theory hits A-Town and then boom, or A-Town down.
Oh, before also, I know I was a little bit late behind saying this. We did for this event for everyone's keeping score at home, which we know you are. We did meet up for this one. We did meet up at Ric-Hard's lair, evil villain lair.
Evil villain lair. Hold on. Hold on.
The Legion of Doom.
You're the one. The heel on this show. Okay?
Oh. Sorry.
Okay. All right. That being said, this was history for TFS Pod. The 3 of us have never been in the same place, relatively speaking,
until
that weekend. Yes.
Yeah. It was odd to you guys. I mean, good thing you guys were wearing pants, so that's good.
April, yeah. That was the April Fool's joke. We all wear pants.
The April Fool's joke, yeah. We did it. We finally broke it.
And the only April Fool out of the 3 of us was Lou, who didn't get a point at night.
But I got 2 points over this weekend. Be quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beforehand.
Yes, no. It was a good night.
You went in there hot with victories before the pay-per-view, and then you lost.
Yeah, but still, it was good to see you guys. So it was good and it was good for you guys to see Goldie.
I had Goldie. Well, I had Goldie. You know, undisclosed. I had a Goldie for quite a while, actually. If you guys remember.
Yes. Yeah. She was visiting, but it wasn't an official hold. But yeah, it was good.
No, it wasn't an official hold.
But it was good for you guys to see at least how it looks, because you'll never guys never get to see it again.
I wore it too, actually. So it was. I wore it too. But my job thinks I'm the champ. So
yes.
Wait a
minute. I gotta walk over there.
Hey, look, I dressed the part and everything, so come on.
No, that was good. Goldie got exposure. Good.
A lot of exposure.
But yeah, Ric-Hard had not seen Goldie for like, what, 2 years?
Oh, gosh. I haven't seen this in 2020.
Anyway, but no. All kidding aside, it was a great time with you guys. So yeah, it was fun watching WrestleMania with you and all of your brothers and friends over there.
Yeah, dude. When it's WrestleMania, you gotta go big. Even the casuals come out.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a fun night, and let's get back to the action here. Okay, so we had the Theory defeating Cena to open up the show. I went with Cena. I was wrong. I was already out of it by then.
Yeah, that was really. I think I just got you with the psychology on that one, where I was like, yeah, Cena wins and then loses it the very next night. So.
No, I wasn't going with that. I was going with like.
I'm sorry. No, I was going to say like there is a theory behind that. There is an actual. They claimed that depending on what would have happened with the free agent signing, there was rumblings that Jay White was available, and the rumor mill said that had Jay White signed, there was a possibility that Cena would have won, and that he would have done the U.S. Open Challenge like he does before.
Oh wow!
And Jay White would have been the surprise, debut.
Wow!
Hold on a second, because we have to address this. So you're telling me that the breaking news after the weekend that WWE sold to USC or Endeavor, because the immediate report after that was they've created a hiring freeze, which means they didn't sign anybody new or employ or hire anybody else. Are you telling me that played a factor into who won the opening match of night one?
It's possible. It's very possible. I'm not saying for sure.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm not saying for sure, but there is a little bit of rumblings here and there that was a factor that Jay White could have, but ultimately he did end up going to AEW, and that's why I think ultimately they decided for Theory to go over, which I think was the right call. Honestly, I think it was.
I'm okay with.
Yeah, I'm okay with Theory going over.
Cena needed to put Theory over.
Yeah, he did.
It's a nice feather. It's a nice feather in the cap of Theory. who desperately needed that after failing that Money in the Bank cash-in on the U.S. title. Need I remind everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Not even on the WWE Championship.
Oh, yeah.
The U.S. title.
Yeah, so, yeah, I see where that, theory was getting the push there. I just thought that it would open the show like that. But no, it was wrong. So, yeah, so you guys got a point on that one. So let's move on to the next matchup that we had that night.
Which cost me a perfect score.
Oh, we had Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders in a men's tag team showcase, which means we have messed up this thing with the titles of holding it for so long, of 2 shows. So we have nowhere to do this, so just do a showcase, whatever that means.
Well, I will argue that the fact that the tag titles were unified was the reason why Usos versus Zayn, and it played a factor as to why Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had enough like momentum to fit as the main event for night one. Because let's face it, WrestleMania, if it was just one night, would have never featured the tag champs or a tag team championship match as the main event in any other world. But 2 nights makes it possible, and the fact that the tag titles were unified also helps with that being the case.
Yeah, that's true. But again, here we go. We had a showcase. Like, we have tag teams. We don't know what to do with them. Here's a showcase.
Yeah.
With the Street Profits coming out on top of that one, defeating everyone else, which was the one-man band's pick.
Yeah, and the one-man band, I believe, was the solo one to go with that. Or maybe somebody else did. I think Big Al also picked Street Profits. Jeez. Here we go. Let's review. No, he went Strowman and Ricochet. Which, by the way, if I'm not mistaken...
No, it was Jay Few.
Jay Few picked Street Profits. Hold on. But Big Al actually did issue a correction on his pick and said, "I want to go Street Profits. Instead of going Street Profits, he went Braun Strowman and Ricochet."
Oh,
okay. I
want
to change it.
Oh,
which
man.
Cost him the point.
Yeah.
All right, and then we get to our next matchup, which was Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul.
Oh gosh, thank you, Seth, for stomping Logan's face onto the mat.
Again, what did you hear post match? Seth Rollins like, yeah, he's a good guy. He's good in the ring. He should stay. I don't know if he's going to stay or not in WWE.
I mean, I think credit needs to be, before that, I think credit needs to be given to Seth for being able to come out with a coat that weighs more than him. That coat was ridiculous, folks. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I saw him coming out with that. I said, what the heck? Why is he wearing such a big, long coat?
And I will tell you this: if he would have fallen off the ramp, he would have bounced off. Like, he wouldn't have been hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man.
I'm glad that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm glad he won, because we all know that he's been, since the 2020s started, he's lost every WrestleMania. So
thank you, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and I'm drawing a blank on the third one. Cody, yes, 3 in a row. And the last booking for the last one was, I don't have a match. I might not even be on the show. He was getting the LA Knight booking.
Oh, yeah.
Before getting a match.
I need a match. Yeah.
That said, in the aftermath, so supposedly there's video out there where Seth got, upset. Because having watched Raw after Mania, all he did was come out, and then he didn't cut a promo or anything. And it was like, all right, Seth's going, he's listening to the crowd and then going back to the backstage. So apparently somebody was supposed to interrupt him, but he was also apparently upset that they had a commercial break halfway through his entrance.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, he threw the mic on the ground and everything.
Huh.
During the commercial break.
Yeah.
Well, that also plays into who was back there.
I mean, yeah. I will say, okay, we'll address that later. I know what you're talking about. We'll address that later.
All right, so we had Seth Rollins defeat Logan Paul in that match.
With an appearance by KSI
or something like that.
KSI, yeah. Logan Paul's business partner in a prime bottle mascot outfit, which made for a fun gimmick. You know, he ended up getting splashed inadvertently on the announce table by Logan Paul.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. At first, I thought, "Is that our truth?"
And then
I kind of thought that too.
All right, thank goodness I wasn't alone.
No, yeah.
I was like, "Who is that?" I don't know anything about Logan Paul's business. And they were like, "Oh, it's this guy." I was like, "Oh." Okay.
Yeah, when they mentioned it.
Yeah, I thought it was our truth because I couldn't tell. I was like, "Who is that?"
All right, then our next matchup was Becky Lynch. It was BLT, what we were calling it. Becky Lynch, Lita, Trish Stratus versus Damage Control, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. What do you guys think about this one?
Pretty straightforward six-woman tag match. Tag titles weren't on the line, which I thought was kind of lame.
Oh, the three-way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. 3-on-3. So the women's tag titles weren't on the line. So there weren't really many stakes in this. It was kind of just like, oh, which team is better overall? And I guess we got to include Trish in this.
Yeah.
I do appreciate where this has gone post WrestleMania.
Yep.
So my only criticism is, had an injury not occurred on night 2, I think we would have had different women's tag champs get crowned.
All right, and
the Raw afterwards.
What happened post is Lita Lita was attacked. We don't know who, supposedly.
Huh.
And then Trish Stratus and Lita, and Becky Lynch teamed up to defend the tag titles on Raw, which they lost to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And Trish Stratus turned and kicked and beat up Becky Lynch.
I'm gonna say I grew up watching wrestling around like the 1990s, so I'm used to seeing Trish as a heel.
Yeah.
She's damn good at being a heel. Like, she's really good at me disliking her.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, what like to quote JR, I was watching as a kid, and I'm just like that JR's like that Jezebel, and she's interrupting like tag teams from beating Test and Albert, and then later on when she was bullying Lita, like people forget. Oh yeah, they main evented a Raw once for the women's championship. Yeah, Lita was the heel in that match.
Yep.
and Trish turned on one of her biggest WrestleMania moments is turning on Chris Jericho in a match against Christian. She joined Christian after Christian was basically a jerk to her, and I was like, damn, like she's really good at being disliked.
Mm-hmm.
So I approve of her being a heel because I've never been into she's a face. Like she works better as a heel. I've always thought this.
And for me, I thought that this whole matchup was okay. It was a nice setup that they had won the titles. Okay, you have older superstars in there, Hall of Famers in there teaming up with Becky Lynch. I don't know if there's like we don't have anything to do with Becky Lynch, so let's just bring in these other superstars, but from the past to team up with her, and then now have that rivalry between there because I have nothing else for Becky Lynch. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. I'm still a little bit.
Here's what I'm hoping for. Because Rhea Ripley has stated that she does want to either have a one-on-one match against Beth Phoenix, or we're going for a legend to face Lita. I'm hoping that the reveal isn't that Trish attacked Lita backstage. I'm hoping that the reveal is Rhea Ripley attacked Lita. Even though it's convoluted, I'm like, have somebody else have it attack.
Mm-hmm.
That way Lita goes in a rivalry with somebody else. I don't want to see Lita versus Trish again.
Yeah.
20 years later,
it
would be. Yeah, no.
Say that for Saudi Arabia. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh!
God.
The T-shirt battle.
Yeah. Yeah, you know why I say that, because all those shows are like that. Like, oh yeah, wait, we want to see that again.
We want to see that again. Orton versus Triple H for the 50th time.
Oh, but I don't know. I feel like this. It's like it's not a strong run for Becky Lynch. That's how I feel.
She's not women's. She doesn't need to be women's tag champion. Basically, it was just let's give her something to do, and the women's titles are occupied.
Yeah,
because I would have been okay with seeing Bianca versus Becky one more time. Because I think they could put on good matches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But I guess they wanted to try something new, and Asuka was there.
All right, so wait, before we get to all that, let's go to the next matchup, which was Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio.
Oh! All right. Woman band, I've done a lot of talking. You go first on this, and then I'll say something.
All right, so first off, both entrances, amazing entrances by both. Prison Dom doing his entrance, which was a really cool entrance. I gotta give it to him. Getting the nails treatment kind of deal, but actually just a lot more theatrical. You know, they bring him out of the prison, they put him in the van.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool, man.
Yeah.
I gotta say they brought him out into the arena. Cool stuff. And then Rey Mysterio doing his thing. He comes out to 3 different entrances. He comes out to Snoop Dogg's Ain't Nothing But a G-Thang with Snoop driving the lowrider.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then he comes out to Eddie Guerrero's Viva la Raza. And then he comes out and then he ends up doing his song and then doing his thing. That was cool. That was a cool little homage to some legends. And then to himself, just recent, like, enshrined in the Hall of Fame the night prior.
Snoop had a championship.
I should have. What happened?
Snoop had a championship there. He showed up in the championship too. Some belt.
Yeah, man. So I was happy about that. I was happy that he had his moment. I should have seen the writing on the wall with him winning, but I really thought that the Dominic winning would have been a better story. But it's fine. I understand, and I will say this:
no perfect score.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Come on, man.
I still I will say this: Dominic. Great heel work outside, going to his mom and berating his mom and his sister. Apparently that was
spot was improvised.
I was gonna say a lot of the spots were improvised, from what I was told.
Oh, really?
A lot of
throwing water on his sister was improvised. His sister legitimately wanted to attack him after he did that.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And a couple of his.
Wait, was that his girlfriend? That was next to the sister.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know. Because I mean, like his real life girlfriend.
Yeah, but overall, great heel work, and it kind of planted the seeds for a lot of future angles that have been going on. Like, for example, Bad Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about that finish. All right.
Yeah. Right, Bad Bunny.
A lot of stuff happened. And I like that they gave everybody, like, a role to play. You had Legado del Fantasma. Apparently now the Latino World Order 2.0. They came out to, like, help once Finn Balor and Damian Priest came out. And they were brawling on the outside, and then Dominic was using that as a distraction to take a chain, and he was going to hit Rey with it. And then Bad Bunny was on commentary for this match, and he decided, no, pulled the chain from Dominic's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Dominic's like shouting at him, like, what are you getting involved for, man? Drop kick. 619, splash, Dunzo. Rey beats. Oh, and we have to talk about the belt spot.
Oh, yeah.
What we're talking about? Ray,
I sure do. I sure do.
Throws, and anybody who comes from, like, it doesn't even have to be a Hispanic household, but especially a Hispanic household can relate to this. Ray throws Dom between the turnbuckle into the ring post. Dom's just in that position still. Ray takes off his belt. Dominic with it.
Yep. That was good.
What a great spot. And
So-
Michael Cole himself was like, yes, yes.
Jesus.
So well. Oh, man.
So yeah,
What
Ray
a great
defeated
spot.
Dominic. So,
Yep. And I called it.
all right.
Yeah.
Yep, you and Big Al.
Yes. Yes.
All right, let's go to our next matchup, which was SmackDown Women's Championship, which was Charlotte Flair the Champ versus Rhea Ripley. Woman Band, what's your take on this one?
Okay, so there was a spot in this match that looked ugly. Like it could have ended
yeah.
disastrous.
Oh yeah.
Disastrous. I mean, Charlotte. I think Charlotte landed like damn near on the top of her head, like on the crown, and that could have been absolutely horrible. Luckily, nothing happened. Everything was good. Great match between the two. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte just have great ring work together. You could tell Charlotte the ring psychology. She's a master at that. And Rhea Ripley is really, really like just coming into her own. She's really becoming one of the best female competitors that the WWE has to offer for years to come.
Yeah.
So I think it was great that they gave Rhea Ripley the rub on this one, and that she won the title once again. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is this the first time that a female has won back-to-back WrestleManias for the title?
I don't know that.
I'd have to check, but I want to say it sounds about right.
What's the question?
Is Rhea Ripley is this the first time that a woman has won the title both years of WrestleMania, like back-to-back years?
If I'm not mistaken, she won the SmackDown Women's Championship against Asuka last year's WrestleMania, and then she won it at this year's WrestleMania against Charlotte. But I think isn't Charlotte the SmackDown Women's Champion? No, you're right.
Oh yeah, SmackDown.
Yeah, she won the Raw. This year, Rhea Ripley won the SmackDown one. Last year, she won the Raw one against Asuka.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The only person I can think that would probably tie that is Becky Lynch, who won both the same WrestleMania.
Oh
In
yeah,
terms of two separate manias.
back-to-back. Yeah.
Oh, I can't say Charlotte's done it because I don't recall Charlotte winning the title.
Yeah, I
don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think yes, Rhea Ripley's probably the first to do it since they made the Raw and SmackDown titles.
That's pretty cool.
Now, do you guys have any post information on this one on Charlotte? Because I saw her smiling at the end when she lost. She was just like laughing at the end and that outside the ring.
How can you tell with that much surgery?
Ah.
No offense. I'm sorry, Charlotte. If you're listening right now, you looked amazing how you were before. Okay, like I know that's not what you want to hear after that kind of operation, but like, what have you done? Like, we want the old Charlotte back. I actually kind of liked the old Charlotte before. I was like,
I liked it.
She's pretty cute. She's pretty hot. You know?
Yeah, I like the old Charlotte.
And now it's just like, oh man, like too much work done.
Yeah, I agree.
After this, we had Pat McAfee versus The Miz.
Impromptu match. By the way, Miz fought 2 handicap matches without being prepared back-to-back nights of WrestleMania. Because that match against Pat McAfee saw interference by someone else on the outside. I don't remember the football player's name, but it was a football player.
Yeah, it was George Kittle from the 49ers.
Yeah, one of Pat McAfee's buddies. Helped him against The Miz, and Miz took an L at WrestleMania, unfortunately. And then that was a handicap match.
I don't know. Miz is, I don't know. Miz...
I'm okay. All right, I'll address this. I'm okay with him losing to Pat McAfee. I was not okay with him losing to a certain someone on night 2 after losing to him back in WrestleMania on 2018.
Oh, okay. All right, so then we go to the next matchup, which was the big matchup of the night, which was for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This storyline was, about a year in the making almost?
Yeah.
Dude, basically.
Yeah. Year in the making.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens went from fighting Johnny Knoxville and Stone Cold Steve Austin last year and losing, both of them losing, to being in the main event as a team against the Unified Tag Champs and ending their long reign.
Yep.
That is quite a journey.
Yeah, it's been a long time since a tag match has been the main event at WrestleMania. Probably ever.
The tag champions. That's the first time the tag team titles have been the main event at WrestleMania. WrestleMania.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if like all those stats have to change because we have to say kind of like after the split of night 1 and night 2, as opposed to how it used to be before, like one night only.
That makes sense.
Because
makes sense.
Because we're gonna see a lot of firsts coming up with all this with all the split. I think
the last real first was basically the women's main event at WrestleMania in 2019.
Yeah,
that still happened when it was still one night.
Mm-hmm,
that was the last first while it was still one night until someone decides to change that. But they're not going to change it. They realize they have a cash cow at night 2 and night 1.
Yeah,
especially with the attendance figures. Like they're like, wait a minute, we can get these people to buy 2 tickets.
2.
I have it written down as for night 1. What is it? 80,497.
And then night 2 had more people, which
had more.
Is a certain somebody wanted more people to go home unhappy.
You know what? Now this is upsetting because now I'm gonna start thinking of this stuff like, which is the night they want us to be happy, and which is the night they're gonna piss us off.
No. Very, very clearly. Night 1 has to end on a positive note because you want people happy going into night 2, and then you kick them in the nads.
Yep. So that means I'm gonna change my pick for next year.
Which is why when people say unless it's the undisputed main event, where it's like, oh yeah, this is the Royal Rumble winners match against. Unless that's going to be the main event, every other match on night 2, I'm expecting. All right, it's going to be bad. Something's going to happen and disappoint.
Yep. And there we are with the Usos taking the loss, and we have new tag team champs.
Great match, by the way. Amazing match. I love that nobody looked weak in this. Like the Usos kicked out of a bunch of finishers. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens kicked out of a bunch. Like Kevin Owens took super kicks left and right, like he was at a buffet. and the finish at the end, 3 times the charm, 3 haluva kicks, and then new champs.
Yep, new champs, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So we had that going on with the Bloodline story, which was a good thing.
Yeah, which set the tone for the expectation. Like, oh man, the Bloodline's going to implode. Roman Reigns is going to lose at night 2. You know, Cody Rhodes is going to do it. But no, then night 2 happened and we all got disappointed.
Yep. So let's get to night 2 then.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Night dose.
Let's turn over the pavement and open that can of, look at all the worms and maggots underneath.
Oh, Lord.
Starting with a very, very expectedly, dull match. I'm sorry. It was the match was a feature match, sort of. But it was just a tall guy fighting a really muscular, shorter guy. Great spot. Jeff was wrong. It's not It's not the new Hogan slamming Andre. It's just he F5'd him.
Yeah.
And it was one F5. One F5 did it. Omos wasn't willing to take a second.
He said.
So, yeah. However, Omos is notable for now going 2 back-to-back WrestleManias where he faced the former WWE champion.
Oh.
The guy who went into the previous WrestleMania as WWE champion.
Wow.
Yes. Bobby Lashley went into WrestleMania 2021. I guess that's WrestleMania 37. As WWE champion against Drew McIntyre. And then the next year, he fought Omos for the championship. And that same WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar went in as WWE champion. And then the year after, he fought Omos. Which means, if Roman Reigns loses the championship, and then the person who took it off of him doesn't lose the championship before WrestleMania, Omos will face Roman Reigns.
Oh, wow.
If the trend continues.
Now, here's the thing, too.
And lose, by the way, because that's the trend also. He faces the guy who held the title last, and loses.
Now, this matchup should have really been Lesnar versus Lashley.
Yes! Thank you!
Absolutely.
Bobby Lashley had nothing to do with WrestleMania.
What?
They gave him the Andre the Giant Battle Royal win the SmackDown before.
Do we know if he was hurt or something? Is that why this?
No, it's because Wyatt ended up having some issue come up.
Yeah, but it was also because Wyatt wanted to work with Lesnar. Lesnar didn't want to work with him, right? Is that's what
who cares about Wyatt having drama and I heard he had like some kind of mental breakdown.
No, but I meant for the matchup with Lashley, but originally it would have been Lesnar versus Wyatt. But it really should have been.
That match either. I wouldn't have wanted to see that match.
Exactly. No. The way they had it set up for the last few months, well, even for a longer period than that, right? Even so, you start counting Saudi Arabia for last few, like almost a year, almost. It should have been Lesnar versus Lashley at WrestleMania.
I'm pretty sure. I have a feeling Lesnar doesn't like facing gimmicky guys anymore. Like the only guy he's been willing to tolerate who has like a gimmicky like feel was Undertaker, and I think that was more out of respect that he was willing to work with him. Because when was the last time when Brock Lesnar fought Finn? Was Finn allowed to be the demon? No. When Brock Lesnar fought Dean Ambrose, the hardcore lunatic guy, was he allowed to do the weapon stuff? No. And if Lesnar would have fought Bray Wyatt, he would have said, "Yeah, no stupid magic tricks, none of that nonsense.
Huh.
I'm not gonna sell that. Ooh, he's spooky."
Yeah, that's true.
Lesnar's entire thing since ending the streak has been, I don't like listen to gimmicks. Like I make fun of them.
Yeah.
I make fun of Undertaker's sit up, the whole laughing and Undertaker's face during the sit up. Like he doesn't sell fear.
Give me that paycheck. I'm not selling fear.
Yeah, no, he won't. He'll pretend like he's impressed. When Omos threw him like a rag doll, he was like, "Ooh, whoa." But he won't fight gimmicks, which is why I wasn't surprised when he said, "Yeah, I'm not fighting Shane." Also, Lesnar has consistently said, "I'm not fighting this person." They told him, "Oh, you're gonna fight Shane McMahon?" And won't fight him.
Oh, wow.
Going all the way back for 2016 on that one.
All right, so now getting back on track with the matches we had here, we had Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. In a women's tag team showcase because I don't know, just we have to have somebody work.
If the men can do it, so can the chicks, right?
Yeah, but in this case, it wasn't like the tag team titles were tied up. So
the tag team titles weren't in a title match. I know they were just tied up in a different feud where they're like, "Oh, we want to have Trish and Lita on the show."
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like. I don't like that the wrong team won because I think the plan was Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, and then the next night on Raw, because they did the same thing with the Street Profits. Street Profits won their showcase and then challenged the tag Owens and Zayn in a tag match the next night on Raw, impromptu. I'm pretty sure they were going to do the same thing with Ronda Rousey and Shayna, but apparently Shayna had a foot injury during the match.
Oh yes.
They finished it, did the spot. and then they won, and then that was it. They won the showcase match, but lo and behold,
she was injured.
They didn't challenge because if you're gonna have a heel turn during a tag match to crown new champs, it may as well be that the faces, quotation, because one of them's a heel, is facing heels who will take advantage of this and make the beatdown on the person that gets isolated in the ring worse. But nope, Shayna got injured, so not happening. Then they had to do the whole, we're gonna have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez decide if they're gonna, be number one contenders against Shotzi and Natalya.
Yeah. All right, so we walked away with that victory, and who knows what's going to happen with the women's tag titles, who the contenders are. So we go to the next matchup, Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus.
Amazing match.
It was
amazing match.
I actually have seen some mock-up lists, and they list this match number one.
Really?
I don't blame them.
They've listed this match as the match of both nights. That just three guys just hossing each other out, but just having a great match. And
we get it, Lou. Stop with the slapping.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what? That makes me think of a new title for the show. I guess we'll find out next episode.
Lord. But I think Gunther retaining was absolutely the right call. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus don't need the Intercontinental title, in my opinion.
The story going in was Sheamus wanted to be like Grand Slam champ or whatever.
Yeah,
that was the only one he was missing. So there was a compelling case for him. McIntyre was just, I might as well get a feather on my cap here. He's already been Intercontinental champion before.
Yeah, so I was going to say, he's been Intercontinental champ before, so doesn't make any sense.
I agree. That's why I went with Gunther as my pick also, even though Drew's my boy. I got to say, I'm with him on the fact that he feels like he's not being booked right, because I still say he should have won at Wales.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes.
Whatever. That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I don't like how he's been booked lately. I don't blame him for the.
Yeah. So what's post? Is he injured or something or what? Or his contract?
They gave him time off for SmackDown because they were like he needs to cool off a bit.
Okay.
So that's what happens. And then they just said, well, we'll see, because apparently he's not pleased with his creative direction.
True.
So I've already seen circulations online where they say, the only winners in the next WWE draft are going to be AEW. Everybody's upset because everybody's upset with what they're doing. And I'm just like, wow. I really hope McIntyre doesn't jump ship because he actually was booked better under Vince. And at points. I don't think Triple H gets the appeal.
Yeah, but in this one, I blame the whole thing with tying up the title. One guy holding the title, holding two titles.
I still, by the way, if they do go this route, I will have called it to a T. By the way, because you remember when Cody Rhodes first returned, I made that joke interaction between him and Vince, where Vince is like, "Yeah, you're gonna fight Reigns the night after WrestleMania. You're gonna lose."
Oh yeah,
because of the Usos being involved, right? Which they waited a whole year to do it, but they basically did that. They basically did that. He challenged Reigns. The injury played it out longer. He lost that match, and then they're going to be like, all right, but you're going to face him again, and then you're going to lose. And it's going to be like, what? Are you kidding me? And then you're going to team up with Drew McIntyre, and then you're both going to challenge each individually for a title. And then Drew's going to become champ. And then Cody goes, yeah, but what about me? And Vince goes, yeah, and you're going to lose.
Nah. You're going to look at the lights, pal.
You're going to be looking up at the lights. Yeah, I love that story. I love that story by Jericho. I know what you're
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, dude, I liked the Intercontinental Triple Threat match. My favorite spot was especially when Sheamus was just pounding away in the 10 beats of the ballroom, which ended up going up to like 29, I think, or 19. And then Drew just like slumped over on the apron. Yeah, don't do 19 of those. Don't.
No.
Drew just slumped over on the apron like, all right, dude, I'm done. Which I'm pretty sure is what the spot was agreed upon at first. Sheamus was like, I'm going to give you more than 10. And he's like, keep going until I basically say, all right, we're done. Because he just slumped over, and I'm just like, dude, that was real. He was tired.
All right, so then we had Gunther walking out, retaining the championship. Everyone except, who was it? The main event, Jeff. Oh, and the randomizer and JFU did not pick Gunther from that one. By the way, by this time, I think it's already determined that you guys already won this, right?
What? No. So for night 1, we had won it. For night 2,
I'm sorry, this is night 2. Yes.
Yeah. Night 2. In the spirit of it being worse than night 1, nobody here who's good at predictions won. We had people who had 0 points on the board. JQ and Big Alpha. So not a knock on them, but yeah, you know something's off there when the irregulars, the already in the ring folk win.
Pretty much.
All right, so we go to the next matchup, which was for the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair versus Asuka.
Yeah, this is where the night started to turn.
Yeah. This was actually surprising. I
wanted Asuka to win, but
Me too.
I said it. I went with my heart on that one. I should have gone with my head. I was like, they're building up Asuka, but she's just there to pad somebody else's numbers. She cannot get a win. Singles match at WrestleMania. She's just there to put people over.
Yep. Next year, I'm gonna pick Asuka.
That's great. You're undefeated. You're losing. To lose.
I don't know who she's facing next year at WrestleMania, but she's losing. I'm calling it now. Mark it. Put it in the books.
Yeah, that was such a shame. Such a shame. And the crowd was behind her. The crowd wanted Asuka to win. I'm pretty sure they did the slugfest spot where it's like one hits the other, and it was boo when Bianca hit. It was more mixed. There were some people in the crowd cheering, but there were definitely more people booing. They were louder. People wanted Asuka to win. Why did you do that to Asuka, WWE?
Yep.
She's been there for a bunch of years now, and she still doesn't have a win.
Yeah, and the Bianca Belair's moment she already had her moment in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it's like it was hard to be behind Bianca Belair. She's supposed to be the face in this one, right?
They were both basically. I guess you could call Asuka a tweener. Poison Mist was kind of a heel move. But Bianca's basically got a streak. She's undefeated at WrestleMania. If I'm not mistaken.
All right. I'll live next year. She's going to come back and complain. I heard you guys booing.
The EST character works better as a heel.
Yep.
How do you go out there and say, I'm the greatest, I'm the fastest, I'm the strongest, I'm this, and then nobody goes, hey, that's kind of egotistical. Boo.
Yeah.
No, it's it's all true, baby. That's right.
Yep.
I use my hair like a whip as a weapon. but I'm sassy, so you love me, right? No. Boo.
Sorry, that was one of the Gunther slaps. This is still going on.
I was gonna say this is just Charlotte without Botox.
All right, so let's go to the next matchup, which was.
Don't talk to me about this match. Don't talk to me about this match. I can't believe they used this to promote a movie.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, the Russell Crowe exorcism movie.
Oh, okay.
Edge exercising his demon.
Oh yeah.
He fought the demon.
Oh no, wait! Before you go there, no, I'm talking about Snoop Dogg versus The Miz. And when Shane came out.
Don't talk to me about that match. Don't talk to me about that match either.
Okay, the one man, give us that one popular spot there that happened that we all know. What was it?
Yeah.
The chain.
So Shane McMahon channeling his inner dad, and blowing out his quad in a major pay-per-view like his old man.
Yep.
And just holy crap, that was terrible.
Oh my gosh, he one up his dad. He's like, oh, Vince blew out both his quads at the Royal Rumble. Well, I'm not going to blow out both my quads, but I'm going to blow
it out at WrestleMania. And boy, did he.
No, he really?
Yeah, he did. He came out, did his "Here Comes the Money," jumped in, challenged Miz to a match. They agreed. Leapfrog. Something happened. I'm guessing he must have landed awkwardly or something like that.
He landed wrong. He landed off. Yep.
And he blew his quad. And apparently, after he blew his quad, they were telling Snoop Dogg like, "Hey, take over."
Yeah, the cameraman told him to punch Miz, basically.
Yeah, and so
punch Miz.
He basically said like, "Oh, okay, you're gonna do my boy like that," and so it turned it into a match.
You do my boy. They turned it into a handicap match.
Yeah,
I don't like that WWE registers it as Miz versus Shane McMahon in a singles match with Snoop Dogg at ringside. In what universe does somebody your manager gets the pin for you? Seriously?
Yep.
And by the way, I was actually excited when Shane McMahon came out because, for those of you who don't remember, Shane McMahon was the one who killed Miz's momentum back in 2018.
Yeah.
That WrestleMania when he got that win. And then Miz never got his win back in the follow-up feud. So I thought to myself, maybe, just maybe, Miz is finally going to get his win back against Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. And then, he's a heel, so, we got to have him lose. I thought, Snoop Dogg will beat him up afterwards, and then everyone's happy. Nope. We couldn't even give Miz the win. You couldn't even give Miz the win. You should have called an audible and said, all right, Miz, pin Shane immediately and win.
Yeah.
And then have Snoop Dogg like this. Give Miz his win back. Don't put him in 2 handicap matches back to back. That's what the first match was, a handicap. They did my boy wrong. Triple H does not know how to book my boy correctly.
Oh, well, that's one of them. All right, next matchup was Edge versus the Demon Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match.
All right, copy and paste what I said before. I can't believe they used this to promote a movie.
And Edge defeated Finn Balor.
We've learned our lesson. Don't bet against Edge.
Yep.
Never! He's got to retire eventually.
Yep. Finn. Wait a minute. Finn, Ric-Hard, you didn't learn that lesson.
I was the one.
You and main event Jeff.
The should win.
And the randomizer.
The Demon should win.
Yes.
But
it's Edge.
I thought to myself, what are the odds? What are the odds that we're going to see a turnbuckle like randomly give way in this match too?
Oh yeah. No. Someone explain.
The only time he's lost is the Demon.
Someone please explain to me what's the difference between Edge giving someone a rub and taking a loss, and Cena giving someone a rub and taking a loss, instead of Edge winning and Cena losing.
I don't know.
What's the difference there? Because I don't understand that.
So based on what Edge has been saying, like he's been dropping hints. He debuted at SummerSlam, so when he retires, it won't be at WrestleMania. Because I've had a bigger career at SummerSlam or something like that. So The rumor is Edge is going to retire at SummerSlam. So he's been on a really hot streak. Granted, he hasn't won the WWE Championship, or I think he hasn't won any championship actually since his return. He did win a Royal Rumble, but essentially it's speculated. He's going to retire at SummerSlam. So my thought was like, dude, we're culminating this feud. Yes, Finn Balor got a win in that I Quit match, but come on.
Yeah.
That wasn't a real win. It was like 4 people on one guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. And he quit because you were threatening to do a concerto on his wife. Come on. It's like, I'll give you the win. Just don't hurt my wife.
Yep.
that was. I just thought if we're gonna end it, end it with the young guy getting over. But what can I say? Edge is really popular apparently. Even my casual friends were like, "Come on, man, it's Edge." It's good that he came back. It's good that he came back. I'm like, he's been back for 4 years.
All right, so Edge defeated Finn Balor, and we get to the main event. Main event, which was the Tribal Chief in the. This was for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Everybody.
Oh man, you start. I'm gonna.
My goodness, man. My goodness. How? This is. I want to paint a picture here. WrestleMania 38. He comes back. He does. He does his amazing return. Beats Seth Rollins. They end up having not even a trilogy. They ended up having 4 matches, I think, right?
No, it was a trilogy.
It was a trilogy? Okay, well, he wins all 3. He wins the trilogy. He tore his pec before the 3rd one. Brutal torn pec. He comes back at the Royal Rumble at number 30, wins the Royal Rumble, and goes on to this amazing story in the next 2 months about redemption arc, talking with Paul Heyman, the whole 9.
His dad,
all this stuff. To come to WrestleMania to have this amazing blow off. They have people are basically singing along to his song. And just, you couldn't have painted a better picture, in my opinion. And what happened? Freaking loses. Like, just how? I just don't get it. Like, you're saying, you want to give him more struggle. Like, how much more struggle can you possibly give this guy, man?
He was out.
Yes. Not only was he out, he wrestled with a torn pec, and he still was still going on.
Not enough. Tear another pec.
Yeah, I was not happy about that. I was not at all happy about that.
Yeah. All right, Ric-Hard, you're next.
Speechless.
He's winding up.
That was bullshit! That's my thoughts! Cody Rhodes should have won it por la patria, damn it! Now, how are you going to have Luke Harper's kid at ringside? Cody's wife? Ah!
Nope.
You had the spot. You even had the spot. I stand by this. You had, how long has Kevin Owens been just cheated out of winning a match against Roman Reigns by nonsense, by outside interference, all that garbage? What Roman did to Sammy for a year, all of that stuff, and you had the spot. The Usos come out after Solo Sikoa has been banned from ringside. Ref bump. The Usos are beating Cody Rhodes up, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, they're really gonna hammer this home. Sammy comes out. Kevin Owens comes out. They beat up the Usos. Reigns is in the ring by himself. He takes a stunner. He takes a haluva kick. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn go outside and they deal with the Usos. Solo is nowhere to be seen. He has been banned from ringside. Cody Rhodes sets up Crossroads. 1. He doesn't let go. Picks up Reigns right back. Crossroads again. He goes for the 3rd one, the trifecta. Same spot he did at Seth Rollins against WrestleMania the year before. Ref is back up. You're thinking, there's no way. There's no way anybody's going to stop this. Paul Heyman gets on the ropes. I'm thinking, oh, that's kind of weird. Why are they doing that? In the corner, on the other side, Samoan Spike from Solo Sikoa. And I thought to myself, oh, man, wow, that's crazy. Cody Rhodes is going to kick out again about another spear. No! Reigns does the superpowered rebound off of 2 ropes, spear Cody. 1, 2, 3. There go your dreams in a pile of ashes.
Yeah.
What a freak. He hit the bionic elbow, for crying out loud. How can you do this to him? There is no, you know what actually I would have been okay with? But he already had a match earlier in the night for the Intercontinental title. Solo Sikoa cost Drew McIntyre his win at Clash of the Castle.
Oh, yeah.
Drew McIntyre should have came out and dealt with Solo Sikoa as like a finalized, like, this is up yours kind of thing. But he didn't. Instead, they chose to cheat my boy, and I'm upset. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, my turn on this one. I was enjoying WrestleMania, night 1. Again, on our points battle, I was done. I have not won a WrestleMania, but fine. I'm still enjoying WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania, for crying out loud. You know, you got to enjoy these things, despite our battles and everything we have with our predictions. But I'm expecting a good, feel-good moment at a WrestleMania. I like those feel-good moments. The bad moments are when you're trying to lead up to something else. But this was the moment. I mentioned this before. If I go back if I in the future in 10 years want to say, hey, let me check out WrestleMania 39. Let me see if that was a good one, or how good that was, or how fun that was to watch that. I would hate it because you build up this whole storyline, and in particular with Cody Rhodes, it was supposed to happen the first time he was around, but then he got hurt, so he was gone when he signed up, and then he was gone, and he came back. This was supposed to happen. I think it's last year. Supposed to happen, but no. You bring him in. You set up such a good moment. This in 10 years, I'll be like, yeah, that was a good moment right there because we saw Cody Rhodes win the championship. You know, legacy of his dad and thinking about that stuff, and a great feel good moment for WrestleMania. But no, the reason we heard in post conference interview, because now they're doing this post conference interview stuff, we hear it with questions that were asked from reporters that were there, which is it's part of a longer storyline. A longer storyline? Come on! Like you doing that stuff for the shows and for future pay-per-views. Don't do that on a mid pay-per-view during the year where no one's like I don't know, a backlash or something, right? But not WrestleMania. WrestleMania is your big show. You're supposed to put something good, but nope. We're back to that stupidity of piss off the fans. Yep, and they were pissed off. We know they were pissed off everywhere. There was the whole thing about when you go back to Raw, start cheering, the chants of "Fire Vince, Fire Vince." The fans are pissed off. So yeah, this was an opportunity that it could have been a good WrestleMania moment. And no, we're gonna save that for another time. Really? What other bigger time do you have than this? I know SummerSlam is a big event, but WrestleMania is a bigger event than SummerSlam, for crying out loud. So yeah, this was trash. Even if he wins it on a SummerSlam, I'm still not happy about WrestleMania the way it went down. So that's my take on this stuff. So fire Vince. Well, that's not gonna happen anymore now with that new deal. So yeah, as you can see, folks, we were very upset about this ending. If they want us to be upset, hey, you got it. You have us upset.
Yeah, basically.
Well, keeping the tradition of night 2 being terrible.
That's another one. You know what? Now for the predictions battle, we have to call this stuff a little bit different now on night 2. We're crying out loud. Anyway, it was a good time hanging out with you guys. We had on Saturday. The good time we had together. WrestleMania was again hot and cold, good and bad. They were good moments. Can't let the main event ruin it. So, I don't know. What else you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, night 2 ruined. I don't care what anybody says.
Yep. So, yeah, there we are.
Hold yourself.
Yeah, you did. You did.
But I appreciate that consistency. Now I know. I don't want to host a watch party for night 2.
On night 2?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I went to somebody else's house. I'm like, nah. I'm not here for that.
Did you drive home or someone drive you home?
No comment.
There you are, folks. That's our recap. And we're going to start a new predictions battle. Another one coming up soon with Impact Wrestling. So just stay tuned for that one.
Yep. Just remember, folks. When you think about why night 2 of WrestleMania sucks, just remember that little voice in your head that shouts really loudly and says, "It was me. It was me all along."
Yeah.